So we thought we had an election date of August the 20th. Now everyone knew it was going to be tough to have an election on that date because of the deteriorating security in this country, because of the organisational difficulties of organising an election in this war-ravaged country. Now it looks like the election is going to be held much earlier, in April.
Hamid Karzai, Afghanistan's president for more than 7 years, appears to have wrong-footed those who want to challenge him for the job. The country's constitution says elections should be held at least 30 days before his term officially expires in May.
There's many reasons why we postpone it.
However, last month, Afghanistan's Electoral Commission announced the polls should take place on August the 20th. That date was chosen partly because of security concerns. Now, a decree issued from the presidential palace. It says the Independent Election Commission should provide facilities for fair, independent, general and free elections as specified in the Constitution. Among those who will be challenging Karzai for the presidency, 2 of his former finance ministers. Both say they're unhappy with the idea of April elections.
Constitution can only be interpreted by the Supreme Court. In our constitutional system, the President has no authority either to interpret the Constitution or to announce the date of the election.
I think it was a highly irresponsible decision on the part of the President. No President should have the right or power to unilaterally determine the date of elections.
Another man considering running for President, the former Foreign Minister, Dr. Abdullah. He told me Karzai should realise his time has passed.
I think President Karzai had the best opportunity, or I may put it, the golden opportunity, to help rebuild Afghanistan from the scratch. And it's under President Karzai's leadership that the process started from a relatively peaceful situation in the country, in a lot of hope among the people, to today's situation that the people are utterly disappointed.
James, I do wonder whether Hamid Karzai has perhaps wrong-footed the international community, especially the Americans, and how they're going to react to this announcement.
Well, it's interesting. When this was first mooted a few days ago, before this decree came out just a couple of hours ago, President Karzai invited some ambassadors to explain why he was thinking about this issue, why he felt that the August date was unconstitutional, and why he felt that he was going to push for elections in April. Now, when he had that meeting, it was notable that absent from the list of ambassadors who were invited there was the British ambassador and the American ambassador. Relations between Hamid Karzai's government and the new American administration have soured significantly. The reaction publicly from international community and from embassies here, particularly from NATO countries, has been very muted. Privately, people will tell you there is deep disquiet. They don't think it's possible to have elections and organise them by April, but they're not saying anything public at the moment. They say this is an affair for the Afghans to decide.
I think sometimes when we talk about these international affairs, and especially focusing on Afghanistan, and we talk about the US, we sometimes forget what the feeling is on the ground, James, and what people actually think of Hamid Karzai on street level, not just in Kabul, but in Kandahar and in Herat province and in the north and the south. I mean, give us an idea of the feelings towards Hamid Karzai at this present moment in time.
Well, there are people who are still loyally supportive of Hamid Karzai and who like Hamid Karzai as a figure. He has been a very popular figure over the last 7 years, but he's also been the face of Afghanistan for the last 7 and a bit years, and the security in recent years has deteriorated badly. Corruption is at a very high level. People are deeply dissatisfied, and much of that dissatisfaction is directed towards President Karzai. The security situation, particularly in the south and east of the country, is very bad. Some doubt whether it's really possible to have free and fair elections, even in August, in those areas. It's unlikely they're going to find many international observers to go and sit in polling stations in those more volatile provinces, places like Helmand, Kandahar, Zabul, Uruzgan, because if you're an international observer there, you risk attack, you risk kidnap.
Well, we'll see what happens, certainly in the announcements that come out from both Kabul in the coming hours and days. Thanks very much, James, in Kabul.